Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. Hey, Johnny, you know what would look amazing on you? Taylor called out from the living room as Gianni walked in, dropping his keys on the counter. He was met with the sight of his girlfriend sprawled on the couch, flipping through a fashion magazine. Oh yeah? What's that? Gianni asked, suppressing a smile as he walked over to join her. He knew all too well where this was headed. Taylor had a penchant for playful teasing, and lately it had taken on a unique fixation. I was just thinking. With your tall frame and those broad shoulders, you'd totally rock the hell out of a dress, she said, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Leaning back, she bit her lip, clearly imagining the scenario. Gianni felt his heart skip a beat. It wasn't the first time Taylor had brought up the idea of him cross-dressing. In fact, it had become something of a running joke between them. But there was always a nagging curiosity beneath the laughter. A dress, huh? He said, raising an eyebrow. You really think so? Hell yeah, I do, she replied enthusiastically. I mean, just look at these gals. She held up the magazine, pointing to a spread featuring models in elegant evening gowns. Now imagine you, all done up, slaying in a dress like that. You'd turn heads, no doubt about it. Gianni laughed, a nervous edge to his voice. You make it sound so appealing. Why shouldn't it be? It's all about confidence and owning it. And you, my dear, have the confidence part down pat. She winked, her expression daring him to consider it. Gianni's heart was racing. He knew Taylor was right. He did have confidence. But this was uncharted territory. He'd always presented as a stereotypical masculine guy, and while he'd entertained thoughts of experimenting with his appearance, he'd never voiced them aloud. Until now, apparently. Seeing his hesitance, Taylor softened her features and sat up, taking his hand in hers. Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. No pressure, babe. But if you ever feel like mixing things up, you know I'm game for it. Gianni squeezed her hand, grateful for her understanding. I know, and I love that about you. It's just a big step, you know? Totally get it. And hey, if you're even a little bit curious, I say we take baby steps. Let's start small, like a manicure or something. Nothing crazy, just a little experiment. A manicure, huh? Gianni considered this, his curiosity getting the better of him. You really think it'd look good on me? Taylor sat up straighter, her eyes lighting up. Oh, babe, I know it would. Come on, let's make a day of it. We'll get our nails done, maybe a facial too. It'll be fun, I promise. All right, Gianni said, taking a leap of faith. Let's do it. But on one condition. Name it. That you let me pick out a dress for you too. If we're doing this, we're doing it together. Taylor's mouth dropped open in delight, and she threw her arms around him. Deal! Oh my God, this is going to be so much fun! The next afternoon found Gianni and Taylor strolling hand in hand down the city's bustling streets. They had just left the spa, where they'd indulged in manicures, pedicures, and relaxing facials. Gianni felt refreshed and rejuvenated, his skin glowing and his nails trimmed and buffed to a healthy shine. I feel like a new man, he said, admiring his hands as they walked. Well, you look amazing, Taylor assured him, giving his hand a squeeze. But the best part is seeing you step out of your comfort zone. You're glowing, babe. Gianni beamed at the compliment. You're not so bad yourself, Miss Sunshine. He glanced at her hands, which now sported bright crimson nails. That color looks fabulous on you. Thanks, Taylor grinned, twirling her hair. Now about that dress you promised. Ah, yes, the dress. Gianni's heart quickened at the thought. I've got just the place in mind. He led them to a trendy boutique he'd walked by many times but never entered. The window displays always caught his eye, filled with stylish clothing that somehow managed to be both elegant and playful. As they stepped inside, Gianni felt a rush of excitement and apprehension. The store was filled with racks of colorful clothing, soft lighting, and a cozy ambiance. A friendly sales associate approached them with a warm smile. Welcome in. How can I help you ladies today? Taylor smiled. We're looking for dresses, something fun and flirty. Perfect. We just got some amazing new pieces in. This way, please. The associate led them to a section filled with vibrant, flowing dresses. Taylor immediately began sifting through the racks, her eyes lighting up at the selections. Ooh, Johnny, feel this one. It's so soft. She held up a pale yellow sundress, the fabric flowing through her fingers. That's gorgeous, Gianni said, running his hand over the material. You should definitely try it on. I think I will. Taylor grinned and headed toward the fitting room. Gianni, meanwhile, browsed the racks with newfound curiosity. He ran his hands over the fabrics, imagining how they might feel against his skin. He picked up a simple black dress, the fabric hugging his palms, and held it against his body, stealing a glance at the mirror. His heart raced at the thought of actually trying it on. As he browsed, his eyes widened at the variety of styles and colors. He never knew there were so many options, and his mind raced with curiosity. The sales associate reappeared, offering a helpful smile. Something specific you're looking for, hun? Gianni hesitated, his heart in his throat. Actually, I think I want to try something different. Something, well, a dress, maybe. Excellent choice, she exclaimed, clearly delighted. We have some stunning options. Are you looking for something casual or something more formal? Casual, I suppose, Gianni said, still unsure. But nothing too revealing. I'm just dipping my toes in, you know? Absolutely, hun. How about this? She pulled a dark blue dress from the rack, the fabric flowing and elegant. It's a wrap dress, very versatile and easy to wear. The color would look gorgeous on you. Gianni's breath caught in his throat as he took the dress from her. It's beautiful, he murmured, running his hand over the soft fabric. Let me know if you'd like to try it on. The fitting rooms are right over there. She pointed to a section partitioned off by sheer curtains. Thanks, I will. Gianni took a steadying breath as Taylor emerged from the fitting room, her face lighting up when she spotted him. Gianni, over here. I want to show you something. He made his way over, still clutching the blue dress against his chest. Oh my God, you found one! Taylor's eyes sparkled as she took in the dress he held. That color is stunning. You have excellent taste. You think so? Gianni felt a surge of relief at her approval. Hell yeah, I do. Now come here and show me what you think of this. Taylor turned, revealing the yellow sundress she'd chosen. The fabric draped beautifully over her curves, the bright color a stark contrast to her tanned skin. Wow, Gianni breathed, taking in the sight of her. You look incredible. Taylor twirled, the dress billowing around her. I feel amazing in it. Now let's see you in that number you're holding. Gianni's heart was hammering in his chest as he stepped into the fitting room. He closed the curtain, his palms suddenly feeling damp. Slowly, he slipped out of his clothes and slid the dark blue dress over his head. The fabric was light and airy, caressing his skin. He tied the wrap dress securely around his waist, the V neckline revealing a hint of cleavage. With a deep breath, he stepped out to show Taylor. Her eyes went wide and her mouth formed a perfect O of surprise. Oh my God, Gianni, you look stunning. Gianni's heart swelled at her reaction. He felt a rush of exhilaration mixed with relief. The dress hugged his curves in all the right places, emphasizing his broad shoulders and narrow waist. Really? He asked, his voice sounding small to his ears. Really, Taylor said, stepping closer. You're absolutely glowing. The color brings out your eyes and the style. It suits you perfectly. Gianni ran a hand self-consciously through his hair, not used to being the center of attention in this way. You really think so? I know so, she affirmed, reaching out to squeeze his hand. I mean, just look at yourself. You're a natural, babe. Gianni glanced in the mirror, barely recognizing the person staring back at him. His heart raced as he realized he actually liked what he saw. I think I might keep it. Taylor squealed in delight, clapping her hands. Yes, this calls for a celebration. Dinner and drinks are on me tonight. Let's make it a night to remember. As they left the boutique, arms linked, Gianni felt a surge of gratitude for Taylor's unwavering support. This could have easily gone sideways, but her enthusiasm and encouragement had made all the difference. That evening, they dined at a posh restaurant, turning heads as they entered. Gianni, now Selena for the night, felt a thrill as they were shown to their table. The soft lighting and elegant ambiance only added to the allure of the moment. "You clean up nice, Selena," Taylor said, a playful glint in her eye as she sipped her cocktail. Selena smiled, feeling bolder and more confident by the minute. "Why, thank you, dear. But I couldn't have done it without your help." "Nonsense." Taylor waved her hand dismissively. "You're a natural-born stunner. Always have been, always will be." Selena's heart warmed at the compliment, and she felt herself relaxing into the role. She signaled for the waiter, feeling empowered as she ordered a glass of wine. "Well, if you insist, I suppose I'll just have to get used to being fabulous," Taylor laughed, leaning forward conspiratorially. "You know, I'm starting to think this dress thing suits you. Like, really suits you." Selena's pulse quickened at the implication. "Oh? Mm-hmm. I mean, look at you owning the hell out of that dress. And your hair, the way you move, it's like you were always meant to be a woman." Selena's heart skipped a beat as she considered the notion. "That's a bold statement." "But it's true," Taylor insisted, her eyes sparkling. "And I have a feeling you're loving every minute of it." Selena's smile grew wider, a secret pleasure washing over her. "Maybe I am," she admitted, her voice soft but steady. "It's liberating, in a way I never expected." Taylor's eyes shone with understanding. "I knew you'd get it. That feeling of freedom, of embracing a different side of yourself. It's exhilarating." "It really is," Selena agreed, taking a sip of her wine, savoring the moment. "I feel like a different person." "Or maybe," Taylor said, her voice laced with mischief, "you're finally being the person you were always meant to be." Selena's heart skipped a beat, her mind spinning as she considered the implications. "That's a fascinating thought," she said, her voice laced with wonder. "Isn't it, though?" Taylor's smile was warm and inviting. "Just think, you get to create a whole new persona. Selena, the stunning woman who turns heads and exudes confidence." "Selena!" The name rolled off Selena's tongue, tasting exotic and enticing. "It suits me, don't you think?" "Oh, absolutely," Taylor purred, leaning back in her chair, clearly enjoying the game. "Selena has always been a name that oozes elegance and mystery, and it suits you perfectly, my dear." "Why, thank you," Selena said, playing along, a thrill running through her. "And might I say, Miss Taylor, you're looking quite ravishing yourself this evening." Taylor bowed her head in acknowledgement. "Why, thank you, kind sir. I mean, ma'am." She giggled, clearly relishing the playful exchange. "It's a joy to be in the company of such a stunning woman as yourself." Selena laughed, feeling light and carefree. "The pleasure is all mine, I assure you." She signaled for the waiter, confident and poised. "Another round of drinks, please, and keep them coming. We're celebrating tonight." As the evening wore on, Selena and Taylor laughed and chatted, enjoying their respective transformations. They ordered dessert, indulging in rich chocolate cake, and continued their playful banter, their bond growing stronger with each shared secret. "You know," Taylor said, her voice low and conspiratorial, "I think we might just have to make this a regular thing." Selena's heart skipped a beat as she considered the proposition. "Are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting?" Taylor's eyes sparkled with mischief. "I am. Selena and Taylor, partners in crime, taking on the world one dress at a time." Selena smiled, feeling a rush of excitement. "It's a dangerous game we play, but I think I'm up for the challenge." "Excellent," Taylor said, leaning forward, her eyes alight with anticipation. "Because, you see, Selena, there's so much more to explore. Makeup, heels, the whole shebang." Selena's pulse quickened at the mention of these unfamiliar territories. "Heels, huh?" Now that's a brave new world." "Oh, it is," Taylor said, her voice laced with excitement. "But I have a feeling you'll rock those heels like nobody's business." Selena's heart raced at the thought of exploring this new world with Taylor by her side. She leaned forward, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. "All right, I'm in. Let's do this." Taylor clapped her hands in delight. "Yes! Oh, this is going to be so much fun! We'll start with the basics. A little makeup, some accessories, and of course, the perfect pair of heels." "Lead the way, my dear," Selena said, feeling a surge of confidence. "I'm ready to take on the world." The next day, they found themselves in a high-end department store, surrounded by racks of clothing and displays of glittering accessories. Taylor led the way, her steps sure and purposeful as she navigated the aisles. "Here we are," she said, stopping in front of a display of shoes. The holy grail of femininity, heels. Selena's eyes widened as she took in the array of colors and styles. From sleek black pumps to strappy sandals, the options were endless. "Wow," she breathed, reaching out to touch a pair of red stilettos. "These are incredible." "And they'll look even better on you," Taylor said, picking up the shoes and handing them to Selena. "Here, try them on." Selena sat down on a nearby bench, slipping off her sneakers and sliding her feet into the heels. She stood up, wobbling slightly as she adjusted to the new height. "Whoa," she said, taking a tentative step forward. "This is different." Taylor grinned, watching as Selena found her balance. "But fabulous, right? Just wait until you see yourself in the mirror." Selena turned to face the full-length mirror, her breath catching in her throat as she took in her reflection. The heels elongated her legs, making them look miles long, and the red color popped against her skin. She felt a rush of confidence, standing taller and more poised than ever before. "I look amazing," she said, turning to face Taylor. "I can't believe it." "Believe it, babe," Taylor said, her eyes shining with pride. "You were born to wear heels." They spent the next hour trying on different pairs, from sleek black pumps to glittery gold sandals. Selena's confidence grew with each step, and by the time they left the store, she was walking with a newfound grace and poise. "Next stop, makeup," Taylor said, leading the way to the beauty department. "I'm thinking a bold lip, some winged eyeliner, and maybe a little contouring." Selena's heart raced at the thought of transforming her face. She'd always been curious about makeup, but had never had the courage to experiment. Now, with Taylor by her side, she felt ready to take on the world. They settled into chairs at the makeup counter, and a friendly associate approached them with a smile. "What can I help you ladies with today?" "We're looking for a full face," Taylor said, gesturing to Selena. "Something bold and glamorous." The associate's eyes lit up, and she clapped her hands in delight. "Ooh, I have just the thing. Let's start with a primer to create a smooth canvas." Selena closed her eyes as the associate began applying products to her face, the soft brushes and sponges tickling her skin. She felt a rush of excitement as she imagined the transformation taking place. "All right, my dear, open your eyes," the associate said, her voice laced with anticipation. Selena's eyes fluttered open, and she gasped as she caught sight of her reflection in the mirror. Her skin was flawless, her cheekbones sculpted and defined. Her eyes were framed by thick, dark lashes and a bold winged liner, and her lips were painted a deep, rich red. "Oh my God," she breathed, leaning closer to the mirror. "Is that really me?" "It sure is," Taylor said, her voice filled with pride. "And might I say you look absolutely stunning." Selena couldn't stop staring at her reflection, marveling at the way the makeup had transformed her features. She looked confident, powerful, and undeniably feminine. "I feel like a different person," she said, turning to face Taylor. "Like I can take on the world, and you absolutely can," Taylor said, squeezing her hand. "You're a force to be reckoned with, Selena." They left the store arm in arm, Selena's steps sure and confident in her new heels. She felt a rush of exhilaration as they walked down the street, turning heads and drawing admiring glances. "This is incredible," she said, her voice filled with wonder. "I never knew I could feel this way." "It's amazing, isn't it?" Taylor said, her eyes sparkling with understanding. "The power of transformation, of embracing your true self." Selena nodded, feeling a lump form in her throat. "I feel like I've been hiding for so long, afraid to let this part of me out. But now you're free," Taylor said, pulling her into a hug. "Free to be whoever you want to be, without fear or shame." Selena hugged her back, feeling a rush of emotion. She knew that this was just the beginning of her journey, but with Taylor by her side, she felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Over the next few weeks, Selena and Taylor continued to explore the world of femininity together. They went shopping for dresses and skirts, experimenting with different styles and colors. Selena discovered a love for flowy bohemian pieces, while Taylor gravitated towards sleek, form-fitting numbers. They also delved deeper into the world of makeup, watching tutorials and practicing different techniques. Selena found that she had a natural talent for blending eyeshadow and creating the perfect winged liner, while Taylor excelled at contouring and highlighting. As they grew more confident in their skills, they began venturing out in public more often, attending events and parties as their feminine selves. Selena felt a thrill every time she introduced herself as Selena, relishing the way the name rolled off her tongue. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.